Legacybox is in the business of trust. It's a mail-in service. People gather their old videotapes, film reels, photos. They put it inside the Legacybox kit and then mail it to us to be digitized. And by speaking to those first 10,000 customers, we could recognize every pain point. We knew when people were hesitant about mailing their box in. We knew if they were confused about our product offerings. We speak the language of customers. You know, if customers tell us they want to convert their video to a CD, we say, yes, we can do that, even though it's technically going to a DVD, and we can clarify that down the road. But we just want to make it simple and easy for customers. And I think that's what gave us a great foundation so that when we were at an opportunity to scale, we really could take off because we had solved all of those sort of pain points by actually experiencing them with customers on the phone. I think our aspirations at that time were a lot higher. At that time, again, we couldn't have verbalized it, but I think we had a hunch that there was this large need that we could become a national company, something like a legal Zoom for video transfers, right? And that's what we wanted to actualize. And I think one of the early barriers that we ran into is we don't want to go and chart that path ourselves or alone, right? Like there's no point to reinvent the wheel. And so we really searched for a while for a mentor in a very informal capacity where we were just trying to meet anyone that we could. And finally, we were like, we've got to expand our search. And so we kind of made a list of all the people and companies that we admired for different aspects. They weren't competitors, right? It's not like we're like, oh, there's this other video transfer company, or we weren't part of an industry group. It was more like who's doing e-commerce sales really well, or who's doing exceptional at marketing. And one company kind of rose to the top at that point because we had obtained a national Groupon offer. It was really successful. We were one of the first 100 national Groupon merchants when they were really exploding, and we're like one of the fastest growing companies. And we're like, who does Groupon well? And so we ended up asking Groupon who some of their top merchants were, and they mentioned this one company. And so we reached out and found our mentor that way. I think too, like, even if they're big companies, like they're people like us, right? Like they're like David, they're like yourself. Like there's just a person there. And so like ask the dumb question, ask the crazy question, right? And like we're surprised how often we find that people are like, that's interesting. Yes, we can do that. And then we're like, wow, that's awesome. And so yeah, like I actually think there's some of the best and brightest people at large corporations, and you just have to get connected and ask them questions, and then they reach out to their network of connections. So I think there is a perception sometimes as like a small business owner that like big corps are like big and bureaucratic and you can't get in the door, but like there are big houses that have, there's resources under that tent, and you just have to find the right person and just keep asking.
No, I'm so glad you said that, because one of the things that we love about this webinar series, it's a way for us to put a face to UPS. As mentioned, David is UPS, I'm UPS, and there's a whole host of people that brought this webinar to life that are UPS, and we're here to serve you, like literally here to serve you. That is what my team does day in and day out. So like you said, find us, and we're going to work our hardest to serve you, right? So your business matters, and we're in the business of making sure that you can deliver your packages without having to think about that, and hopefully be a partner in a bigger, broader way, such as David offered with UPS Capital.
Transparently, we didn't start with UPS. I think we, when we were smaller, we sort of shopped around and actually kind of, Legacybox is a unique product in that we ship more than once, right? Like customers have to send their box to us and then it goes back. And so with UPS, we've customized our shipping a little bit, I'd even say. So partnering with UPS, we have a dedicated trailer here at our facility in Chattanooga, Tennessee that delivers Legacy boxes right to us. We instruct all customers to drop off at the UPS store itself because a truck shows up there every day, and it's the quickest, most direct path to our production facility here in the United States. And so it was, our choice was, who's the best? Where does the data show it's the best? And ultimately, what's the best experience for our customer? And UPS has been by far and away the best choice and the best decision that we've made.